What's good, y'all? My name is August Graves. I'm a rapper, singer, producer, and music commentator. And this is Lyrics of Rap Explained. A week after Iceman dropped, I had the opportunity to sit down with Famous Quince, a Twitch streamer and TikTok personality who I'm also friends with. While we both stood on opposite sides of the beef when it was happening back in 2024, we still have very riveting conversation with regards to music, and we both wanted to do a sit down for a hot minute. However, we were waiting for the right moment to do so. Given that Iceman, alongside Habibti and Maid of Honor, were three of the biggest drops that were to happen this year, and knowing our opinions of Drake post beef and everything, we thought this would be the perfect opportunity for us to actually have that sit down and discuss our expectations for the rollout, as well as what we liked about the projects, what we disliked, and what have you. Now, admittedly, this is my first time conducting an interview with Discord and OBS, and as such, the audio quality unfortunately reflects that. However, I do hope you enjoyed this conversation that Quince and I had. I know I definitely did, and he did as well. And here's two more interviews. But without further ado, here's my sit-down interview with Famous Quince. No, you're good, you're good. What's good, y'all? My name is August Graves. I'm a rapper, singer, producer, music commentator. Today, I'm here with Famous Quince, streamer over here in the 757. Would you like to introduce yourself? Let me know a little bit what you do.
All right, my name is Famous Quince. I'm a streamer, YouTuber, TikToker. I'm not gonna lie, I really do it all. Um, I first started doing content in 2018, vlogging my whole like high school senior year high school experience, and then I started taking it serious in 2023 with streaming and TikToks and stuff like that. So I kind of have built a little community throughout the years, and now we're here.
I'm trying to like, especially being someone who's like, been around watching you grow and everything. It's been encouraging to see you like, working hard on your craft and everything. Cause I've been seeing your stories and everything. I've been seeing your TikToks. Like, I know you've been grinding like crazy and everything. And it's like to see you just like, get into these ideas with regards to like, your subathon or whatnot. Like, you've been putting in the work, my guy. So it's been amazing to see.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Of course, of course. So today we came together because, as everybody in this world knows at this point, Drake dropped not only his long-awaited album Iceman, but he also dropped two other albums along with it, Habibti and Maid of Honor. And so Q and I was going to chop it up, talking about the album, the rollout, what we liked about it, what we didn't like about it, and just we just gonna chop it up from there. So I'm gonna start with this. So Q, going into this album or into this rollout for Iceman, what were you expecting? What were you hoping for?
Um, hmm, what was I expecting? Okay, so I broke this down. No, I broke it down the other day. I think like a couple of days before the album dropped. I wanted to hear, I wanted to hear some bars. I wanted to hear some sad stuff. I wanted to hear like new flows, and I wanted to hear what happened after 2024, because we never really heard anything like that. We never really heard anything besides like the 100 gigs, and then I think after the 100 gigs we didn't hear nothing else. So I wanted to hear how he was feeling during that whole process of like the beef, and how that made him feel, and how he's like trying to recover through through the whole thing.
Okay.
And yeah.
Let's see here. For me, when I first heard about the whole like the Iceman rollout and everything, what I wanted from Drake to come from this, like I wanted something that could be like a new Drake classic. Like the thing is like what people always talk about whenever around like the circle around his name and everything is, oh, they want the old Drake, they want the old Drake. Like even back, and you probably remember that one line from Headlines, I think, if I'm not mistaken, where he's like, they say they want an old drink girl, don't tempt me. Like it seems like he's always been
Yeah.
evolving time and time again. But for me, like when I've been listening to his stuff since like Certified Lover Boy, I can admit like he's had some good songs. Like at least one or two songs on the project are good. But I haven't been fully impressed with the Drake project. I was hoping with this, like, after the beef, after it looked like he was down and everything, I wanted it to, like, light a fire under his ass to him to go, like, oh, yeah, you know what, let me just go in and, like, produce, like, this body of work where it's, like, undeniably, like, even if it's, like, not what the world wants or whatever, at least it's something that, oh, yeah, this is undeniably, like, a classic, like, Drake project. So I'll ask you this too then,
Um,
because oh yeah, go ahead.
hold on. Okay, cool. All right. I'm live on TikTok too, so
Okay.
that's why I was just pulling up the chat for TikTok.
Now you're good. You're good.
But go ahead.
I'll ask this question too, because
Wait, hold on.
you know.
I think nah, go ahead. I thought I had something else to say, but I didn't. I forgot it.
No, you're straight. You're straight. If it comes back to you, by all means, stop me. And let me know. But
Okay.
I know you was following like the Iceman episodes and everything. I wasn't following too closely to the rollout, admittedly. So I guess what were you thinking about like the roll? Because I've heard of the episodes and everything where he would like slide in like a. Let me just go back to the beginning, basically, because I do want to latch onto something you were talking about. We didn't hear a lot about Drake like in between 2024 and then like 2026 from him himself, because
Yeah.
we had the lawsuit that was going out like every now and then. I was like kept popping up, but outside of that, you had from him directly in his camp, like the 100 Gigs project where he dropped all those like videos from like way back in the day, alongside some like little songs every now and then, a couple features, and then you had the Iceman episodes that came out too, where like he would have
Yes.
like these like high concept videos where like he would be walking around these different cities and previewing these different songs. Where that's where we got like Doghouse with Yeet and Julia Wolf. That's where we got Rich and Warm with Central C, and then we got like What Did I Miss? But then when it was getting close to the time, he had that big ice block that happened. That he just set up in Toronto, which then led to him like rolling out Iceman episode 4, which is when he like announced like I'm not just doing one album, I'm doing 3. So I guess what was your take as somebody who I presume was like following that rollout, like as a Drake fan, like were you like satisfied? Was it like did it build up excitement? I guess like were there like parts of it were like okay, this that the other thing? Like, how are you feeling about the rollout?
Okay, so when we're gonna take it back.
Okay.
So when I seen he was doing the first episode, I was like, okay, because we haven't heard from him. I think from the beef we haven't heard since the 100 Gigs, and then it was the first episode. So I was like, okay, let me watch this. I streamed. I'm like, okay, this type cool. I was like, this song is good. If this is what the album is, then keep bringing it. Because what did I miss was a good song. So I was like, all right, bet. Right. Then episode 2 came. I think in I don't know when, but episode 2 came. I did the same process. I'm like, okay, which one is cool? It's a little vibe for like the clubs and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, cool. So we're getting more insight on what Iceman is gonna look like, kind of.
Right.
Episode 3 came in September. I'm like, okay, bet. So we getting a lot of in some of the songs on the third episode, we was getting a lot of like insight on what happened, you know?
Right.
So I think in one of the songs he was just like talking about the beef and stuff like that, and I was like, okay, cool. This is a good song. This is a good song. This is coming out. I think the only song that ended up coming out from episode 3 was the Cash Cobain song and
Right.
Doghouse with Yeet.
I
Right?
forgot about that one.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, cool. This cool. Then it was like a little break in between episode 3 and then what the the ice blocks. So I'm like, all right, bet everybody's saying stuff. I'm not really like I see everything, but I'm not believing everything unless it's coming from Drake himself.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, bet I'm seeing stuff. I'm seeing little stuff. So like, I'm just moving on about my day. Some stuff I would like fact check to see if it was true or not, and then I seen I think one day I was doing Instacart, right? And then I seen I'm on Instagram taking a break in my car. I'm on Instagram. I see these ice blocks in Toronto. I'm like, what the hell is this? Then I see Drake's story, and he was like, go there and find out what this is, right? So I'm like, in Toronto though, like he could have did it. He could have. I mean, I understand that's his home, but like I wanted to go. I wanted to go.
All right.
So I'm like, damn, in Toronto again. But yeah, so I'm watching like a lot of Toronto streamers, everybody over there taking pictures, everybody getting merch. And then I seen Kishka come, I think he went on top, did the fire thing, and then he broke it. I think he came back and then broke it the next day, got the stuff. Then we seen the release date. When the release date, I was like, oh my gosh. So we're like, I'm like, so we're closer than we really think that we are. So because um, I'm thinking we not getting this album till like next year or so, because we not hearing nothing.
Right.
And I'm seeing everybody be like, yo, bro, hip hop is kind of dead without Drake. Drake should really just wait until 2027 because he really controlled this shit or whatever, right? So I'm like, I'm not gonna lie. Yes, but no, because we need. I wanted a Drake album personally. I
Right.
personally wanted a Drake album because I wasn't really listening to nothing new for real unless my friends were recommending it to me for real.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, bet everything was cool. And I was just like, okay, cool. So when I seen the release date, I was like, yeah, we're definitely closer than we are. So I instantly started planning the stream. So I instantly started planning the stream. I was gonna have my room decorated, but I was just like, I don't know. I'm probably just overthinking it or overdoing it. So I just did like a little simple dress, like OVO jersey, shorts, and we went in the room. We went in the room. And we did it, and I was like, okay, cool. So yeah.
Okay. So I guess what was your reaction when he had told everybody, "Oh yeah, like I'm not just doing Iceman, I'm dropping two other albums."
I was genuinely surprised, and I was overly hyped
Hmm.
because I'm like, damn, three? Because I was only expecting one, but I was
Right.
hearing it was gonna be two. I was hearing it was gonna be two, but I was really only expecting one. And so when I seen three, like my eyes lit up. I was like, gang, this is great. And I almost cried. I didn't really cry, but
No, you straight, bro. You
I
straight.
was
Like,
shaking up. I was shaking up because I was just like, damn, we're really here, and we're about to have not one, not two, but three of them hoes. I was like, yeah, gang, we're lit. So I stayed up. I stayed up until like 4 in the morning streaming, and I started at 7. So I was just like, yeah, it was really good. It was a really good experience,
really,
honestly.
I can imagine honestly. Like, I don't know if you know this. Like, one of my favorite artists is like JID. Basically, if I heard that bro was like
Hmm.
dropping like three projects at the exact same time, like I'm telling you, you couldn't tell me nothing else. You could say the world is ending tomorrow. I wouldn't give a fuck. So like, I can
No,
imagine that. I'm
literally.
telling you. So the fact that bro, like Drake, said he was dropping like three albums at the same time. Like I can imagine that hype for real.
Yeah, I was overly hyped.
Okay. And so I'll ask this question then. Was there a particular order that you heard the albums in basically? Like did you hear like Iceman first or were you to try the other ones out? Like what was your experience with listening to them?
Okay, so I went. I did Iceman first, then I did Maid of Honor, and then I did Habibti. So when I listened to Iceman, when I listened to Iceman, I kind of gave like a not like a half-ass rating, but like I was just like I kind of heard all these songs already because I watched the stream
Right.
before I listened to the album. So it was just like okay, I'm just hearing these songs again. But
Yeah.
these songs were good. Some of these songs grew on me that I didn't think was gonna grow on me. I kind of didn't like a few songs at first, but I end up they end up growing on me for real.
Right.
With Maid of Honor, I didn't think he was gonna do another dance album,
Right.
like a dance house music type of album. But I was here. I was here for it. I'm not gonna lie. When I listened to Honestly Nevermind the first time, I didn't really like it because I was like, that's not really my style for real. And then I think I end up going somewhere one day, and I was hearing like multiple songs from that album, and then I was like, you know what? Let me give it another try. So I listened to the album like in here while I wasn't doing nothing. I was just listening to the album. I was like, this kind of good. So basically, what I'm saying is my ears were trained to hear Maid of Honor.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, this is cool. And then Habibti, I think that was at like 2 or 3 in the morning. I was tired, so I wasn't really hearing a lot of the things. So I was like, I'm definitely gonna get this another listen like tomorrow when I wake up. But I did rate it on video. Yeah, I rated everything on video, but I gave it another listen like the next day.
Gotcha.
So
Okay. For me, like I heard it the same way. I heard Iceman first, then Maid of Honor, and then Habibti. It dropped the same weekend of my girl's graduation and everything, so I wasn't able to like sit and like listen to the albums during that weekend and everything. But I was listening to like some of the songs. I listened to Iceman, I think, during that weekend, and then when he came back, I was able to sit down and like give a proper listen to like Iceman. Then I heard Maid of Honor. Then I heard Habibti. And I guess like what I appreciated when I first saw the track list for them albums is that they were shorter. Like as you know, Drake has a thing where it's like he has like these longer albums. Basically, I think it started with I'll give it to Views. I think Views was like the first album that was like kind of like 20 semi songs and everything. It has been that way ever since.
yeah,
So the fact that he cut it back to like 18 songs, 14 songs, 11 songs, it at least made me go like, okay, at least we're trying to like have a clear, concise statement. And it's like, especially knowing now what the genres are for the
right,
album, it's like, okay, each one has its own idea.
right,
This is the bars album. This right here is the house dance album. Basically, this right here is the R&B album. So I'm like, okay. Even though like he dropped 43 songs at one drop, it's still like in digestible parts where it's like, okay, you can just sit down and like listen to one, digest that, and then move on to the next one. So I respect
yeah.
that. Okay.
And it's a lot of
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
it's a lot of pacing too. It's a lot of pacing too. Like with each album,
Right.
you just pace yourself. Like when I was streaming, I was hearing like how each album had like different paces and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, cool. So it's not like I'm getting bored.
Right.
It's like he'll do one song, and then it'll be upbeat, and then it'll be some different stuff. And now it's just like, okay, cool. He's keeping us awake basically.
Right.
Because I was very tired streaming that day.
Okay. So let's start diving into these albums then. Let's crack open Iceman.
All right, bet.
Let's start with that one. Okay. So let me see, because I actually I had this written down. Let me get here. But I will
Let me,
add.
let me pull it up.
There we go. I think I got it right here. Yep, we right here. Okay, so what was your initial reaction when you first heard Iceman?
My first initial reaction when I heard Iceman was my first initial reaction was it met all of my expectations because I was like because I had gave like what I wanted to hear
Right.
on stream, and I was like, okay, cool. This really met all of my expectations. I had high expectations, and I was like, this is a list of things I wanted to hear, and he did just that.
Mm.
I thought I feel like I did say it was some songs that I did not like, but they did grow on me like throughout like this week.
Right.
So yeah. I thought it was good for it to be 18 songs, and he packed out like all of the subject matters in all of these songs, and I was like, okay, cool, good album. Great album.
Okay. So let's see here. What I wrote down for me, like first off, I wanted to say this sounded like the most energized that Drake was this decade so far.
Definitely.
Like one thing that I've had an issue with low key with like some of the past songs with Drake's projects, they've always sounded a little bit like sleepy basically. Like I could probably say like album like Her Loss. He's got some hype songs on there basically. Or you have on Certified Lover Boy, you have No Friends in the Industry, or like Knife Talk. But like a lot of times it felt like Drake was just like, hey, I'm about to just drop these like songs and everything, whether there's energy or not. I'm gonna. There's enough technique in there to show, okay, I'm making songs that are serviceable, but it's always felt like a little bit like he was like phoning it in basically. However,
Yes.
when I heard Iceman, it sounded like he was very much like, okay, fine, like I gotta remind these niggas who the fuck I am, basically. So I heard
Yeah.
that energy, and that's definitely carried like through a lot of these songs, basically. So while I won't say it's like a Drake classic, I will say it's probably the best album that he's dropped within the past 6 years, basically. Ever since that gap between
Hmm.
Scorpion and Certified. I
Hmm.
think one thing I also realized or noted, there's a lot of beat switches. A lot of beat switches.
Yes.
Which I'm like, some of them work, some of them don't. I'll say, for example, basically, one song that I was waiting for because it was so, like, it just caught my energy, my attention so good, so bad. It was National Treasures. So when I heard the lead, I
Hmm.
was like, oh shit, this shit's tough. Okay, he coming back, basically. And even like with the pressure feature, it's like, okay, fine, sure, cool. It wasn't on some smiley levels of like, okay, I could do without it. It wasn't great, but if it were on the album,
Hmm.
I would have been mad at it. However, when he switches to that other beat that he has on the album, I was like, it kind of killed the energy a little bit for me. However, another example where
Hmm.
like a beat switch was actually kind of good, or like what I appreciated was Dust. Like it had a nice little setup with like the whole like
Hmm.
girls from Atlanta part, but then when it switches into like that energetic like Playboy Cardi s kind of like beat, it was like, okay,
Hmm.
I see you. You said rubbing the this in my plat. I'm like, oh, okay, I see you. I like that
Hmm.
energy. So that was something I did
Hmm.
appreciate too. And then one thing I noticed too, the writing is very sharp on this. I'll say when he has good lines, he has great lines. Like people always talk about the whole like ghostwriting thing from 2015 and everything. And I think at this point, you have the reference tracks that come out, so it's like whether or not Drake writes this and the other thing. I am of the firm belief that you could tell when a Drake line is a Drake line. Like if there's a certain way that he writes that's been carried out all throughout his discography, that it's like you could tell how he writes. So like when he has a bar like what was it? The whole like bills on their face, that's why they've been ducking Drake. Or like the whole Kawhi Leonard scheme in Natural Treasures. You could tell, okay, yeah, he's
Hmm.
like putting that pen to work basically. But in the same sense, you can
Yeah.
also tell that it's very much a lot of storytelling in both a good way
Yeah.
and a bad way. Like I say the good way because he's like he is sharing his story and sharing his perspective, and at the end of the day, Drake has to live it himself. So it's like if he's gonna tell you, okay, this is what I was dealing with, but also y'all niggas can't touch me and everything, you can't take that away from him. Because at the end of the day, it's like you can't expect him to come out and drop an album where he's just like just moping and just, oh yeah, I lost, everyone betrayed me and everything. Just like he has to come back, and that's how what he's got to do to feel like he's the greatest artist. Like he's got to do what he got to do. So like when I hear a song like "Make Them Pay," or when I hear let's see here, "Dust," "Whisper My Name," like when he's talking all that like that hype energy, just very much like y'all niggas are scared to talk to me and everything. Like that's essential. He got to do what he got to do because that's him. But in the same sense, it's also like there are some things where it's like he conveniently just ignores certain things to like present a story that is convenient for him, basically.
Yeah.
So, like when I noted, also feel free, like you feel free to jump because I do recognize I do kind of ramble on sometimes. So, forgive me.
Okay. Cool. 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 I got you. I got you. I got you.
Appreciate it. But yeah, it's like when it's certain instances where he's like talking about like the K bot farms and everything, always talking about like all these different like, some of the things that be turning against him. It's like sometimes, like I would say in a Rick Ross instance or a DJ Khaled instance, I could believe, oh yeah, they turned on him because he was giving them hits, then this happened, and then they said fuck him. But there's other instances where it's like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, it feels a little inconsistent. Where it's like, okay, you're saying like you want apologies, but also you want to deny those apologies. Like niggas switched up on you, but also you want niggas to remember who you are. And like it feels like he kind of wants to. He wants to have his cake and eat it too. So it just when it comes to certain bars, it sounds kind of like interesting, basically. But like those are like basically my
Right.
that was my reaction when I first heard the project.
Okay. What were your What were your favorite songs? Like top five, but like in
I got you. No, I got you
no
with the top.
particular
I
order.
got you with the top five. Let's see here. So for number five, I gotta say Shebang. The beat was really fire and
Mm.
everything, and then I also like it was a creative writing style that he employed. Like that was kind of fun. Uh, what did I miss? Was really good. The beat switch at the end kind of took a little bit of energy from me, but when you hear that song for the first time, you hear the horns, and he said, "I don't give a fuck if you like me. I don't give a fuck if you love me." Like you
Yes.
feel the energy. You read the way I heard that song. It gave me the exact same energy, the exact same feel that I felt when I heard First Person Shooter. Like there's just something about those bigger than life beats.
Mm.
There's like whether you're hitting the gym, you're going to like basketball, do whatever the hell. Like it just makes you feel like you're LeBron. Like it makes you feel like you're that nigga basically. So it's like
Yeah.
I love that energy. Let's see here. Make Them Pay was also really good. Like one thing I made a note later on for the takeaways, but like this album felt like Scary Hours 4, and Make Them Pay is a
Hmm.
great example of that, where he's like rapping over like the Denise Williams sample, like I just want to be free. Like he's getting his shit off. He's basically just like saying, okay, this is where I stand with Rick Ross. This is where I stand with J. Cole. This is where I stand with this nigga. Like this is just he's just letting it all out, just saying, okay, this is where I stand in case niggas still have questions. And it's like
Right.
whether or not you feel one way or another about how he feels about these people, at the end of the day, he feels how he feels. And if he feels betrayed by all these people, at the very least, he's like getting it off and making it clear, saying, "Okay, you're fake as hell. I was hoping you was dreams. You like I can forgive you, but I can't forget what the hell you did." Like, and the rapping is like
Right. Yes.
the writing is really good too. But number two, I gotta say is a Ran to Atlanta. And that's not even on a lyrical standpoint.
Hmm.
It's just the monkey brain just side of me where it's just like Drake and Future are back. This beat goes crazy and they're just sliding. And both sides of the beat are good. Like the first half is really good. Drake's whole flow is nice. Saint John the I've been thinking about the bar Saint John the Baptist on the Lamb is too tough.
On a lamb.
Yeah, like what they call like if for people who don't know the story about like John the Baptist, being beheaded, basically taking the top off the lamb. I was just like, I've
Yes.
I've never
Yes.
heard somebody describe. Everybody talked about like a drop top, like Lamborghini, or like just taking the roof off. Like the last time I heard something clever like that was the whole Nas. We don't say the car is topless, we say the titties is out. This nigga said I went saying thank
Mm.
John the Baptist on the lamb. Like at first I was a little confused, and then I remember I was like, oh, this nigga writing, like this nigga writing.
Yes. No cap. I was like, what? Saint John the I went Saint John the Baptist on the lane. Yo, I was just like, okay, okay, he's back.
Exactly. And in fact, again, like Drake and Future bring out like the best in each other. Where the politics lie with them is like left to be determined and everything. But the fact that they came together to
Yeah.
drop this track, it was a nice surprise. Especially obviously in the beginning he was talking about this album better have some big features, and so that whole surprise
Hmm.
was nice. But then also when it does that beat switch. And then Future out here going on like that whole part was good. Molly Santana was tough. I haven't heard it before and everything, but like that's apparently
Me either.
like Molly Santana apparently is like the new artist that Drake is one of several new artists that he introduced to this project basically. But she was tough
Hmm.
on there, and it's like the second half of the Drake's verse and everything. I'm like 50-50 with it, but even then it's like not like he was like washed or whatever. But like all in all, like
Hmm.
Ran to Atlanta, like that was a good like song and everything. And then but I think my top song was Make Them Cry. Cause like the writing, the vulnerability, like it was really it's the way he starts it. He said, "I'm an only child. I fathered my mother, and I treat my father like like I'm my grandfather's son, like I'm his oldest brother." Like the way he's just writing all the way down and just talking about dig deeper. We already know your thoroughbred bread. There's some shit you got to pony up to. Like he's over here just like what I like about Drake's writing is slick. I like it because it's very clean and still clever. Like I appreciate a good barring out. I love like artists like Mickey Fax, Tech Nine, Lupe Fiasco, but like what I like about it is just it's concise enough where he gets the point across, but it's clever enough where you're like, I see you, nigga, I see you.
Exactly.
But none of,
He's very.
but I definitely talk enough. But for you, what were your top five? Like, what were your songs that you fucked with off this project?
My top five. Okay, I'm looking at the track list right now.
No, you straight, you straight.
Um, I'm gonna start at five. Damn.
I mean, it ain't gotta be in order too. I just happen to have like my songs over here and I just put them in order, but it ain't gotta be in order.
Okay, so I'm gonna go. Don't worry. Make them remember. Make them pay.
Mm-hmm.
Too hard for the radio. I said, wait, hold on. Don't worry. Make them remember. Too hard for the radio. Make them pay. And I'm gonna go make them cry. That's yeah.
Okay.
I like Too Hard for the Radio because I feel like it was like an unofficial but like official response to Not Like Us kind of in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I heard the beat, I was like, I was like, I wonder what this about to be. Because every time I hear a beat that just starts like how that started, I'm like, okay, this shit might bang. So as I'm hearing it, I'm like, oh, okay, okay. And then he was like, I'm gonna show you what to do, and I was like, okay, I I know where you're going with this. I like this. Keep going. I don't expect him to like keep that style, but that style that he did, I don't think I've ever. No, I lie. He did some songs with some Cali niggas before.
What was it called?
So
Off the top of my head, I know he did 100 with the game. He did a couple songs with YG.
yeah,
Like what's it called? Who do you love?
yeah,
There was another one he did.
yeah.
Like I get it bottom like I eat you nigga. I'm trying to remember what song that was.
Yeah, why you always hating?
Yeah, why
He
you
did
always
that. He did that
yeah, and then also he did the model, back in 2012.
with the yeah. Okay, so that that reminded me kind of the motto, kind of a little bit, like the way it was sounding, the vibe it gives off and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, cool. This a little Cali vibe. I was like, cool. Honorable mention,
Okay,
Burning Bridges.
let's see here.
That was really good.
I think
That was really good for me.
okay.
Um, what's I what was I about to say? Don't worry. I just like the vibe, but don't worry. It's just a little ski rappy type of vibe. Um, Make them pay. I felt like he was definitely he was going off. He was going
Yeah.
off. Make them remember he was also going off too. And then make them cry. Make them cry to me sounded like an outro more than it did an intro. Cause you know how on his outros
Oh
he's always
yeah.
rapping on his
Yeah.
outros like real hard. So I'm like, cause when I heard make them cry, I was like, this sound like it could be an outro. Then when I heard the make them know, I was like, this sound like it could be an intro rather than
Got
it
you.
be an outro.
That makes sense. Cause like
So
that does remind me of songs like "Do Not Disturb," "Is There More,"
right, right,
"Champagne Poetry," definitely too.
yes. So I'm like, that sounds like an outro, and then make them know sounds like an intro.
Mm.
Especially when at the end of make them know he did the Iceman like kind of theme that was
Right.
going on TikTok and stuff like that. The Aaron Hall sample.
Oh
I
right.
think that's Aaron Hall, right?
I have to look it up honestly.
Yeah, yeah. That's what made me think that that should have been an intro instead of an outro.
Mm. Okay. Let's see. I think for
But
me,
yeah,
my honorable mention had to be plot twists. Like the way
hmm
that beat
that
just
was good too.
slinks in, like it's kind of it's tough. I ain't gonna hold you. It's tough as hell. Like what's it called? Like I saw the video. I think that was the
Yeah.
first video that I saw basically. 'Cause I didn't see it. I know with the Iceman episode 4, like it was all the music videos that he dropped at one time. But I didn't end up
hmm
seeing that. But the first video that I saw was plot twist, and when I watched it and when I heard it, I'm like, oh, this is a different bag. This is a different bag right here. Okay, but let's see. Were there any like worse songs for you?
I'm looking. Worst song on there. I wasn't really feeling National Treasures. I'm
Really?
not gonna lie.
Not be real.
I wasn't I wasn't really feeling National Treasures at first.
Mm-hmm.
So while I was watching the stream, I've heard the song before, but it was a leak. So when I heard the leak, this is okay. I'm not really feeling it like that, but when I watched the episode that day and I heard the second part, I was kind of like, second part is kind of good.
Hmm.
I would it kind of grew on me though. Like my first ever like reaction to it, I didn't really like it.
I
So
got
then
you.
when I heard it again on the stream, I was like, yeah, this is all right. And then when I heard the second part, I liked the second part more than I liked the first part of National
Really?
Treasures. Yeah, cuz it was just like the beat, the way that he was like the flow and just everything on the second part of that song. I was like, yeah, this is cool.
Okay.
This is cool. I think that's my least favorite on
Okay.
there.
I got you. So I've got 3 of them. Hey, you probably hate me for 2 of them. Ain't gonna hold you. But I'm gonna start with for my number 3. Honestly, for least favorite, it is. It was bees on the table for me, and that's mainly because it's like with Drake and 21 Savage linking up and everything, typically when they come together, the song goes off. Whether it was
Hmm.
like Sneakin', that went crazy, Knife Talk, like her.
Yes.
Honestly, in my opinion, like her loss had a lot. I think a lot of the songs are a lot more interesting than Beats on the Table, and I think for me, the biggest
Hmm.
crime of Beats on the Table is that it's a little forgettable. Like when it's surrounded by songs, like for me, it's like if you're coming back after what Drake has coming back from on this project and everything, just world, it's a worldwide, resounding loss and everything. Like everything's got to be like killer no filler. So like
Mm.
for him to have 21 Savage, it was like it's a good feature and everything, and they obviously have chemistry and they've obviously been linking up. But for me, it just felt a little bit just a little too mellow, basically. A lot of the other ones, I can excuse
I
like
feel
with
that.
what's it called? Like with I just said with Don't Worry, like the vibe is real chill, it's real nice. I like it. You have
Hmm.
Janet Shut the Fuck Up. Like there's some energy in there. It has like a memorable like chorus and everything. With Bees on the Table, like the chorus is just like very lackluster from 21 Savage, and then like the main line that's like really just that sticks out is the Spotify rap, which is a good observation, nice thing to point out and everything, because that's always the case. I mean, I'm always guilty of it too. It's like, I like Spotify just the whole 20th birthday and everything. I've only I think consistently listened to Drake for like 4 years. I want to say on Spotify before I was like, you know what, he's kind of becoming like a laid back artist that I just go to because he has a lot of like moods. Let me just only listen to him on YouTube and just listen to other stuff. By the time it came out for the whole my top artist still was Drake basically. The past few years on the
Mm.
which point being is just a lot of people just he has a lot of songs he's been like he appears everywhere basically. So it's like it makes sense oh yeah everybody hating on me, everybody dissing on me. Check the Spotify rap. But other than those two, other than that part, it just felt very just like lackluster a little bit. For me, my number two, Burning Bridges, and it's just mainly because I don't know. For me, the Drake ASAP Rocky thing has always been a little weird. Like the main one, obviously we know about Drake, ASAP, and Riri. Basically, that's been a triangle for like years.
Mhm.
So like that's always been a
Years.
But like what people don't always forget to mention or forget to note is that it's not just that connection. ASAP Rocky used to go with Sophie Brussell. That was the thing. So the fact that Drake,
Oh yeah, I did see that.
yeah, so Drake ended up having sex with her and actually having a kid by her. I feel like there's another level too where he feels like not only did ASAP Rocky just not only did they switch where it's like ASAP Rocky is with like Riri and has 3 or 4 kids, he's loving ASAP's like
Mhm.
leftovers basically. So it felt like when he dissed him back on what was it called? Or like when he sneak dissed him a couple times on For All the Dogs, it was like it felt a little out of left
Mhm.
field. It just still he's just bitter about the fact that he's with Rihanna. So like
Mhm.
in my head it's like okay fine ASAP Rocky he said he felt away or whatever. A couple years later he drops Stole Your Flow, which isn't a bad diss. Isn't it's an ASAP Rocky song. It's like the way he writes, I don't expect him to go like Kendrick Lamar or like Nas or Pusha T with the writing and everything. Just like go in, but he said what he needed to say
Mhm.
basically. Like, oh yeah, first you stole my flow, so I stole your bitch. Like, so I was like, okay, fine, tit for tat. But I guess Drake still feels a way about it, so that's why he spent a lot of time on burning bridges, trying to say, oh yeah, could have burned a bridge with you and everything. Your girl ain't post your single, but I'm still cool with Rihanna, so we not burning that bridge. But I don't know,
Mhm.
it's just one of those moments in the album where it felt a little too petty.
Right.
And it's like again, he's allowed to be petty. He's allowed to do whatever the hell he want to do. Like I'm not. Who am I to tell a man how he's supposed to feel and everything? However, for me, it was just like with Rick Ross, I understand. JJ Khaled, I understand. I can understand him like keep jumping on Kendrick Lamar because it's like you embarrassed the fuck out of me on a like national crowd and everything. So it's like
Exactly.
let me get on you and everything. But with ASAP Rocky, it's like it just feels like, bro, it's similar to how I feel about him dissing producers more so. It's like they just
Mm.
living a life low key. They ain't gonna respond. It's not like they're gonna respond in a heavy handed manner. So it's like
Hmm.
you could let ASAP Rocky live a little bit. Besides, Rihanna chose ASAP Rocky. Otherwise, she would have chosen you.
Can I give
Yeah,
a quick hot take real quick?
go ahead, talk your shit.
I'm not gonna lie, and I've been feeling like this for I think a year because Family Matters has been out for what, a year now. It's
Yeah,
about to be 2 years,
yeah, 2 years.
or no? I think
In 2 years, because
it's 2 years now.
yeah.
Okay, so I've been feeling like this since Family Matters dropped. When I first heard Family Matters, I was like, yeah, I know the main target is Kendrick, but I really feel like with the history that that Drake and Rihanna have, and then the fact that ASAP used to go with Drake baby moms, I feel like ASAP Rocky got it like the worst, if not the worst, then second worst, honestly.
No, no, I can agree with
Cause,
you. I can, but go ahead. I mean, go ahead, but I agree with you.
cause Kendrick, main topic. Kendrick, yeah, we know Kendrick is the main topic, but Rocky, like the shit they had said about Rocky and Family Matters, I was like, there's no way there's no way he said that, and like I was like, damn, he really said that. I was like, yeah, Rocky dead got done the worst way, cause
Yeah, and it's like, again, like he got a couple playful joints off of, like, Rick Ross and everything. He got a playful couple things done off of Weekend and everything. Like, I am probably of like one of the mindsets where it's like Drake would have done better if he just focused on Kendrick, basically. Like, yes, I fully
mm,
agree. Like, everybody didn't have to jump in at the beef. Everybody was like, "Oh yeah, this,
yeah.
yeah, we gonna do this now." Kendrick's the one who said it, so let's jump on and everything. Like, everybody didn't have to jump in, but also Drake didn't have to address everybody, basically.
I
But
would have liked a one at a time type of thing.
oh yeah, 100%.
I felt like that would have been way better and it would have stretched way longer. But then again though, with the people that did say something, the people that did like say something about Drake, I felt like if he had went at the weekend on one song, I don't feel like the weekend would have responded. Cause how is he gonna respond?
Yeah, that's
You know?
another thing too. Cause like I think he did. I don't, whether it was the fact that he linked up with Future on the I don't trust we don't trust you album, or the fact that back on like 2019 or whatever he was on some sort of song caught in the fire, no, Lost in the Fire, where he sung about Drake,
Mm-hmm.
about if I ever had a child, I would like keep it or own it, some like one off line or whatever. But like we've been known that Weekend and Drake kind of had a weird kind of relationship, mainly because back when Weekend was working with Drake for Take Care, Drake wanted to sign to OVO, bro said no, he went his own
Yeah,
way. It was still
yeah.
love, I guess, well, on Drake's side and everything, because he's always shouting out the Weekend, Abel and everything. I don't know when it switched. I know just Weekend's just been doing him. But even then, it's like, even though like I agree with you, Weekend, Ross, Metro, Future, like they got it cool. Kendrick Lamar, he got like the main energy from part one and part three. Rocky got done dirty as hell. And it's like I think he only appeared in the one song on the sequel album for Future. But other than that, it's like he didn't really say too much for Drake to go ahead and just say, "Oh yeah, your shit's mid." What's it called? Go ahead and do the math. See who I was hitting back then when you was, hitting on my girl and everything. Like, go ahead, like don't drop an album. Like, just going ahead. Because again, who's thinking about? I love ASAP Rocky. Who was thinking
Mm-hmm.
about ASAP Rocky in that beef?
I don't know. I think I think it's just cause that one song. But then again, we really don't know what's going on because we just see what everybody else see.
Yeah.
So it could be more. It could be some shit like behind the scenes. But then again, from what we seeing, it's just that one song.
Right. But yeah, so for me, Burning Bridges also it just felt just like very like it just felt petty. Just very just it it felt more petty than some of the other parts parts of the album and everything. But I
Hmm.
think my least favorite, and you probably go ahead, we can debate it if you want to. Too hard for the radio. My real
What?
Now here's the thing, the beats go crazy. Like the second part of it is produced by Pilo. Pilo is an amazing rapper and producer out in the Bay Area. Like listen to any of his shit. Like I'm telling you, he goes off. And Drake slid on the beat, but it's like three things that I have like a problem with. One, okay, I'm gonna start with like least to most. So like one, I can really let live and everything. The first flow was a little bit just a little dated. I'm not mad at the flow. He bounces on it, but it's just a little dated. But I think my
What
main
the?
yeah like something about like my name's Drake and it came in the game. I'm wearing Nike shoes that go
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
and it's like I don't hate it and everything, but compared to some of the other flows he's employing on like Little Birdie, on like some of the other flows he's actually doing, it's like this one he could have done without, but in the same sense, it's not too offensive.
Hmm.
Another thing for me is like I don't think, but I think the biggest one for me is just like the concept more so. Like I agree with you. It is a smart play in one of the many flips that he's done for the whole Not Like Us. Like obviously ran to Atlanta to play on ran to you run to Atlanta to to get a few
Hmm.
dollars and everything. Like there's a lot of times where he's like flipping shit like Kendrick said on the on the project. Sometimes it seems a little one track minded. Sometimes it seems a little bit oh yeah a little heavy handed. But in the same sense too, if a nigga is out here just getting accolades for calling you a pedophile, I can understand it. I can understand it on a human level. Like you over here, on a human level, some nigga is getting like accolades and performances, and he's getting off on just calling you like a pedophile and a colonizer. Which I mean, you can always debate about the colonizer part, but a pedophile, everybody could probably say that's a very ugly jacket to throw on anybody.
Yes.
And it's like I will always tell this my people in my circle and everything. Drake has questionable taste in women. We can agree with that. He likes to go for younger women. A pedophile is a little bit like pushing it, especially in an era where we got Diddy getting indicted or whatever, or just like the Epstein
Right.
files always getting talked about and everything. Like I can agree. Like, does Drake go for younger? Yes, 100%. Would I personally go for that? No. But in the same sense, it's like it's kind of crazy. So I can empathize with the idea of him just just going off on Kendrick basically. So like it's a smart flip. But I think he's trying to phrase it where it's like he's saying that he's too hard for the radio, to which Drake, industry baby. I won't even say full industry baby, but it's like industry darling. He's been dropping hits since God knows when and everything. It's pinning on his persona where he thinks he's too hard for the radio. It's a flip on the Mac Dre song "Too Hard for the Radio," and he's trying to show his California roots and everything. But it's just like it's a very interesting angle to put out there. It slides though. The song does slide though. I'll admit that.
My bad.
No, you straight. You straight.
I started getting hot.
You good, my guy. I mean, listen, I had a polo on earlier, so I had to switch out.
Hmm. But yeah, I was hearing everything you were saying though.
Oh, yeah.
Um, question, because
Oh,
I heard you. I was listening. You were saying you were saying it was kind of crazy how he like went at the producers. How do you feel about him? How did you feel about hearing the LeBron diss and the DeRozan diss?
It's similar feelings, but also I'm not too attached. But similar feelings, cause like in one
Okay.
hand they're like basketball players, cause like again like what's gonna happen? Like LeBron or like DeMar DeRozan's about to hop on a song and just go like, oh yeah, Drake is whack. I don't like him back. Like at the end, at the end of the day, it's like they have their feelings, and Drake again feels betrayed. Probably more so from like DeMar DeRozan feels more like a pawn than he does feel like an active like person beefing with him, because like what he
Hmm.
got traded back to like Cali and everything, and Kendrick's like like DeMar, like, y'all didn't deserve it neither. Like, but what I will say is the schemes that he put off or he let off over here were tough. Like, I'll make them remember when he was talking about everybody stopped talking about what's going on between 23 and me. Like, I'm a real nigga and he's not. You can see it in my DNA. Like,
That was a hard bar.
that was a really clever bar and everything. Like, regardless of like what, like 23, that was a really tough bar that he let off and everything. Like, everybody can talk about like the content and
Hmm.
everything, but just writing 23 and me, the whole DNA, I'm a real nigga. He not like, it's tough. I like it. I fuck with it. But
That was a
okay,
hard bar.
and then the whole like Kawhi Leonard, DeMar DeRozan bar. I got. Let me look it up too, cause I gotta
That
look this shit up.
was that was hard too. I thought that bar was hard too. Um,
Let me
Even though
see.
I kind of really didn't like the song, I kind of
Oh,
took that. Like when I heard that bar, I was like,
like
clever,
there's a lot
very
of things that
clever. I see
he
where he
put in
was.
this. Okay, let's see here. When you was a part of the team, we used to be planning our Mexico trips in the spring. We must have been dealing in spur of the moment. Why did we think you could get us a ring? Like that little like syllable play where it's like instead of cuz why it's Kawhi. Like that was nice, especially setting it up with the spur line. And it said they bragged about
Hmm.
how you went home. The fucking they own Crody. We threw you away. G Pop sent us a real one from Dago, and next thing we knew, we was doing parades. Like I like how condensed it was, but it's also a storytelling bar. It's like he's just telling like, okay, y'all talking about, oh yeah, y'all got y'all took back to Martin Rosen. Okay, fine, sure, cool. We tossed that nigga away. We got Kawhi Leonard, and then the next year when we got him, we won. Like
They
we
won a
got
championship.
like that was like just that's a really good scheme and everything. Just it's very subliminal storytelling and everything, but like the story that it tells is
Hmm.
just like I appreciated it. So again, I feel it's low a little bit, but again, he feels how he feels. If he feels betrayed by them, he feels betrayed. C'est la vie. However, the bars that he got off about the at the very least they were clever, clever enough for me to go like, they'll
Hmm.
survive. They'll survive.
Hmm. Yeah, I felt like I felt the same. I felt the same way that you felt. Like you literally just took the words out of my mouth. Cause I was like, yeah, you did say that, and he do feel betrayed, but are they gonna respond? You know.
Yeah.
So, but I really hate that LeBron and Drake are not like cool because they was like this.
Oh, I know. I mean,
They was like this.
everybody keeps
So
talking
it's
about the
like
guy that broke out the tat on his body, basically.
exactly. Oh yeah, I think he got it like
Covered
fixed.
up. Yeah, yeah, he got it covered up.
Yeah, so that's crazy.
Mm.
It's crazy.
And it's
It's
like,
crazy to see how they could go from being from this to not to me. That's just me though.
and I think, which kind of confuses me too about like the future feature just a little bit, because it's like, it's very clear
That too.
for the whole album he had the theme of like oh yeah we're linked up, oh yeah like we're just like this and everything. So it's like if you are on either side, You already know like the themes, like the theme from like the fans, the fan base and everything. Stay on that side. If you was
Hmm.
on that side, stay on that side. If you was over here outside, bumping not like us, Euphoria, whatever. If you on that side, stay on that side. Like you heard him on Firm Friends, you heard him, talk about J Cole. Listen, J Cole, like you always been my brother because of the history and everything, but like Destiny's Written, like I can't forgive you for what you did and whatnot. Like you hear him over here talking about he don't want no fake friends. He don't want niggas who was like sitting on that fence. So it's like that's why he threw away LeBron too, because he was like, oh, I thought we was cool. I thought we was brothers. But I see you at the pop out, it's fuck you. And not just fuck you, I'm about to air out your damn dirty laundry. Like, bro, we was over here peeping on hoes when you was like away from Savannah. But I ain't gonna say nothing. But we was watching them hoes. Remember that? Remember that, LeBron? Like that's really what it is. It's like, not only are we not cool, I'm about to air out your shit. And that's just what it is, like basically.
Hmm.
Which is a little bit of a dangerous position to be in. But all that being said, if he's on that firm friend stay on the same side shit, like Future's allowed to cross back over. Maybe it's because he wanted to make a point, like, oh yeah, I grabbed an Atlanta nigga who was on the other side, and I brought him to this side, basically. Drake and Future have
I
more
think
history. You go ahead. Go ahead.
I think I think the future thing happened because 21 sat them down and they just talked. I think that's what happened, but I don't know. I
Okay.
think yeah, cause in the song he was like as Pluto Banker 21. I think they all sat down and they had a conversation to really like get them back together. Cause that also that also confused me too. Cause when I heard We Don't Trust You, I was We Don't Trust You was in 2020. Yes, story time, real quick.
Yeah,
Bear with me.
you get. I've been talking long enough. You go ahead.
I got broken up with the week We Don't Trust You came out. So I was not streaming. I wasn't doing nothing. I didn't feel like doing nothing because I was going through that. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna listen to this Future album, but I'm not gonna stream it. So I'm playing the game and I'm listening to it. I'm hearing everything he's saying, but I'm also looking up the lyrics so I could really like. So I'm like, why is he dissing Drake?
Mm.
What's going on? Why is he dissing Drake? Um then I heard Like That, and I was like, why? But I already knew Kendrick and Drake didn't like each other for years.
Oh yeah.
But the Future thing really like threw me through a whole loop. I'm like, what happened?
Mm.
But that was that. I listened to it. I thought it was a good album, I'm not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
Both of the albums was good.
Right.
But
Right.
but yeah, the future situation really threw me off. I think it was over a girl. I don't know. That's what I was hearing. I was hearing it was over a girl, but I hope that's not true. But I'm
I
glad that
know.
they
What's his face?
found a way to.
What's the dirt did a pretty good piece
Oh,
on it.
Metro, right?
I think with Metro and Drake's beef was basically because I think because of the trans beat off of trans beat off of Heroes and Villains. I think
Super. Yeah,
it
yeah,
was
yeah.
that, and then the fact I think Metro's mom had just passed and Drake was still asking for more beats and everything.
Oh
Something
yeah, I did
like
hear
that.
that too.
I'm like,
I heard that too.
that's what I understood from like Metro side and everything. Obviously Drake has a side, everybody got their sides and everything, but as far as I'm concerned, I think that's what basically where that came from. With Future, I think it was about the whole Tokyo situation. I'm not again. I would have to see that video again because here's the thing. Despite the flub that bro did with the whole like Family Matters breakdown, he is still one of those few that I would say he does care. Every side has their experts and everything. You got a lot of people who break down music on like the whole like Kendrick side, so it's like the artistic side. But I would say that like What's the Dirt is still relatively like knowledgeable of his stuff. Like he does seem to like go hard and do his research on his stuff and everything. He still obviously makes some mistakes as like as a visitor of hip hop and whatnot, but I can still see like it's not fully for the whole like cash grab thing. He's really like cares about the shit. So when he did that breakdown of like fuck, what was the first one? Push ups. When he did it, that was a really good, insightful, logical kind of like breakdown of that that song basically. So, but I think from what he
Okay,
broke it
cool.
down to, it was like about some girl that Future had on his payroll that Drake slept with. I think.
Uh, okay, that makes a lot of sense. I'm hearing push up lyrics now. I'm out in Tokyo because I'm big in Japan. Okay, cool. Makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense.
Mm. But yeah, overall, I guess how do you rank Iceman?
I'm going to give it. I rated it a 10 on the video,
Right.
but now that I think I'm gonna give it like a 9.2.
Okay, I respect that. I respect that heavy.
I'll give it a 9.2. It was a great album.
Mm-hmm.
It fed all of my expectations. Um, but I didn't really like National Treasures like that at first. But it's growing. It's growing.
I respect that. I think for
What about
me,
you?
I give it a 7 out of 10, basically, which is for me. It's like it's still it's a good project, and I still stand by like it is
Mhm.
still probably one of his best projects of this side of the decade. It's not. It's still bogged down by some like every now and then he got some good lyrics off, and then he also gets some cringe lyrics off and everything. I always admire a swing. No matter what, I will admire a swing. But there are some lines that are like kind of
Mhm.
weird. There are some like sleepy moments and everything. But in the same sense, I'll give it credit where credit's due, and it is again probably one of his strongest outings. Ooh, one of his strongest outings. This side of like the 2020s.
Okay, cool, cool. That was good. That was good. That was a good breakdown.
Thank you.
That was a great breakdown. Okay, so uh Leak just asked
Mm-hmm.
how did we feel about Future being on Drake's recent album? I think we already answered that though. But I'm gonna say,
Oh man, we can sum it up. We good.
yeah, I'm gonna say I liked it. I always like Future and Drake together because I feel like just like how 21 and Drake is, Future and Drake is like that, but
Yeah.
kind of a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
So I like that they're back, but I don't really know. It really sound too good to be true, to be honest,
Yeah.
cuz how was they was just not cool, but now they cool again. And then like he had Kendrick on the We Don't Trust You, and I don't know. It sounds too good to be true. It really sound like a business type of thing instead of just like how it used to be.
True. I
But
mean,
I'm here for what they got in store. I hope it's not just one song that they did.
yeah. I'll say too. Like, I don't think it's too far out like imagination for Drake to link up with former enemies, because he linked back up with Meek Mill after like the beef where they did going back.
Yeah,
That shit was tough.
yeah.
I guess for me, my thoughts. It's interesting that Drake did select Future to like hop back on, but as somebody who also appreciates their chemistry, I'm not complaining too deeply. I am very much like it's very much like Future. Future seems like a lone agent basically because he at this point he's been they linked up. Kendrick and Future linked up obviously for damn I just had it like that. They were together for like that. Then you
Hmm.
have Future appearing twice on J. Cole's The Fall Off. Once on Run a Train and then on Bunch Road Blues.
Oh yeah.
That was
Hmm.
beautiful. And then the fact that he linked back up with Drake, I think Future is his own man. Which we saw that before with the whole like young thug situation when he was when he was talking and stuff and everything. Future Future very much is his own independent artist. He will do whatever the hell he wants to do. When everybody was against Megan Thee Stallion, he did the feature for Megan Thee Stallion. Whenever I don't know if he linked up with Gunna after that whole situation or whatever, but he linked back up with Young Thug. When he first broke out of prison and everything. He he does what works for him basically. So I can respect that he just goes by his own path. But that being said, he
Yeah,
flowed.
I definitely see that.
But yeah, he definitely flowed on Rain to Atlanta. I don't think this
Yeah,
will
definitely.
indicate a new age of Drake and Future because I think both of them they reached their peak of collaboration with like 2020, 2015. What a time to be
Hmm.
alive. Where you at? Like I don't think we're gonna get those times back. But if they when they do make more songs together, because I feel like they will probably make more. It's gonna be more nostalgic, but that's not to say that it's gonna be bad. Because again, Ran to Atlanta, it smacked like crazy.
Leak said, "I'm not really against Future being on the album. Just the timing seemed like this was forced." And he said you were right about the Meek Mill point.
Mm, appreciate that lead. Okay,
Yeah.
let's
Um.
let's go on to Maid of Honor.
Okay.
So, what were your thoughts when you
Okay.
first heard Maid of Honor?
Um. When I first heard Made of Honor, I was kind of like on the fence a little bit because I was like, what is this? What is this? What is this?
Mm-hmm.
But then when I heard like the beat, like the first song, when I heard the beat, I was like, okay, this is what it's gonna be. And I was like, okay, cool, this is cool. But dang, what was I about to say? Fuck. Let me start over.
No, you sure you good? You good?
I feel like if I start over, but when I first heard Made of Honor game, I was like on the fence a little bit because I was just like, I don't know what this is gonna be. Maybe this is gonna be like a.
Honestly, never mind.
I didn't know what it was gonna be because I didn't think he was gonna do another dance album after. Honestly, never mind.
Right.
But so when I heard the first beat to the first song, I was like, okay, this is the vibe that we're gonna have on this album. So I was like, okay, cool. So my ears are trained because like I've heard Honestly Nevermind after me like not liking it and then coming back and listening to it. I'm like, okay, cool. So I came into this album listening like clear heart, open mind, and I'm like, this is kind of good. Now the first song on this,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I don't know how he got this cleared, but that was hard. It was hard. That was hard.
See here. For me, when I first heard it, I was surprised because I was like, I was riding with it for a little bit and everything because I didn't know where we were going. As soon as I heard like some of the beats that he was using and everything, I was like, okay, so we're going for a fun club album. Which, to me, in my head, he learned the right lesson from Nokia. One thing that I felt like was missing from Drake for the past couple years is that he's been taking himself very seriously, and not even talking like after the beef because I'm like again, he got to feel how he got to feel. That was a big moment for him. But even before, it's like it's
Hmm.
felt very cynical more so. The last time that I fully remember just watching something that Drake did that just felt just light and fun was the In My Feelings video. Like he over here just like doing like a lot of the videos during that era just felt fun. Like the Degrassi reunion off of I'm Upset. You have the Nice for What
Hmm.
video that was fun. The In My Feelings part where he did the whole skit about like, oh yeah, I dropped my contact and everything. Like it was fun. It wasn't serious. I was like, okay, Drake just over here having fun. And he came off a beef of that too. He was just after the Pusha T beef, and
Oh
he got smitten
yeah.
that one where he was like, you are hiding a child. Let that boy come home. And it's like,
Yeah.
He had a couple songs off of Scorpion that did address that, like Emotionless, but like he still, he was still having fun on the other side where he's like, Kiki, do you love me? Are you riding? And God's plan too, like, he felt like he was having fun. I don't remember the last time we had a fun, just unburdened Drake song, basically, since then. Like, everything else has been like, oh yeah, he's Certified Lover Boy. He's had like a very, like, a lot of serious songs. Even Way Too Sexy just felt a little cheap and easy, basically. He said, I'm gonna take a very recognizable sample. I'm gonna grab my boy's Future with Young Thug. We're gonna do something like cool and everything. But I'm not always bumping Way Too Sexy. Like, it's cool. I hear it on the radio. Like, I heard it for the first time in the radio a couple like months back, and that was the first time I heard it in years. Cause I'm not spinning that one. Not again. I mean, but like, cause he's had more fun songs where he's just like chill about it. More Life has a lot of fun songs in there, but it feels like it's been a minute. So when I hear songs that he's dropped on this project, like Whole Phase, Amazing Shape, like it sounds like okay, like Drake is not taking himself seriously. He's in the club. He's off a couple, Peach Bellinis. He's chill. He got a couple girls twerk. Like he's having fun, and quite frankly, I like hearing that nigga have fun. That nigga, he needs a little fun because it makes for like a light-hearted listen, and I can respect that. Let's see here.
Mm.
So, what
Go
were
ahead.
your like top songs on there?
Top. Um. Whole phase. Outside tweaking. Amazing shape. True bestie.
Mm.
And Q&A. I like Q&A.
Alright, that was a good one. That was a good one. Let's see here. For me, I liked. Let's see here. I liked Whole Phase, Amazing Shape, Q&A, True Bestie, and honestly, it's a crazy pick, but Cheetah Print.
Mm. That was my honorable mention. I didn't really like that when it first came. When I my first listen, I did not like that song because I was like, Cha Cha Slide, Sexy Red on the Cha Cha Slide. Now I like Sexy Red. I do. I will say that I like Sexy Red, and I like what she do as far as like her own music. When she get with Drake, it's kind of I feel like it's kind of like an experimental type of thing that she does. So, kind of like those sides out of like I kind of like how he brings that experimental side out of her, but like some songs, but like it grew on me. That song grew on me when I started seeing it a lot on TikTok, and I was like, okay, cool.
I think for me, like for Cheetah Print, I just maybe it's because like, this probably might be coloring it, but like the night it dropped and everything, I was outside and everything, so I heard it. I actually heard it in a club. A DJ actually had put it on the radio and everything on like the set and whatnot, and like it went. I'm not gonna lie, it went. And then when I heard it personally and everything, it was like it was. It's a fun listen. Like the Cha Cha Slide, Sexy Red part, it felt a little like I don't know, tacked on there and everything. And I don't know what the chemistry is between Drake and Sexy Red. No, I've fucked with a Sexy Red. She's dropped a lot. I know a lot of people always talk about like, oh yeah, what did she bring to the table? This, that, the other thing, ratchet, this, that. But like, she got some songs. And when you're outside and you hear a Sexy Red song come on, like you get turned up. Like if you're on the right amount of liquor, you're right around the right amount of like people, around your niggas, around your girls, whatever, like, and you hear it, like, exactly. It go off, like, Get It Sexy goes crazy, Ski Geek went crazy when it was out, like Sexy Red drops some bangers or whatever, but,
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, was this the best collaboration between Drake and Sexy? They've had better, but in the same sense, like she didn't do too much. It was still kind of a fun listen.
Mm-hmm.
But you said, what was your honorable mention?
I think I said Cheetah Print was, even though I kind of really didn't like it,
Mm-hmm.
but it grew on me. Um, I like I said Q&A was in my top five. I like for some it's really different, but I like Princess. I liked Princess.
You do?
I kinda liked it.
No, 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 no,
Like
no. I mean, talk your shit, my guy. By all means.
like at first when I heard it, I was like, this is different, but like this kind of slap a little bit. It kind of slap a little bit. I don't know if I was tired. I don't know. I don't know what it was, but I was kind of bumping my head to it when I first heard it. It was it was cool to me.
And I respect that. Let's see here. For me, my honorable mention is definitely BBW. I don't know why. I don't know where you would play that song and whatnot, but it wasn't a bad song. I Okay. I don't know what the context is, but it's like I heard it. I was reading the lyrics. I added it to to my monthly playlist, and I was like, okay. Is it better than like True Bestie? No. Cause I mean, let me talk about True Bestie real quick. That is like a Chicago Juke track and everything. When I heard that, I was like, hold up, hold up, because what the hell do you mean? Like,
Hmm.
I gotta say, like, admittedly, this album is definitely helped by the fact that not only is he borrowing a lot of sounds from a lot of different cultures, but like it's also being curated by Gordo, like who he was also behind on
Hmm.
Nevermind basically. So like a lot of this
Yeah.
like dance mix kind of like feel and whatnot is basically like Drake entering these different worlds and whatnot. But in the same sense,
Hmm.
Drake is not doing too much. He's doing just enough. He's having fun. He's like he's having a blast, and I can hear some of these. I want to hear True Bestie out. I want to go out and I want to hear like where my bestie
Oh
at?
yeah.
Like that. Like I'm
Yeah.
telling you, if we heard that in
I
Eagles,
feel like
that shit gonna go off.
it might actually go off an Eagles nest. I'm not gonna lie. Oh yeah, I was saying that too. I was like, these songs on on Maid of Honor, I feel like the DJ in Eagles Nest might play that. But the DJ Eagles Nest be on bullshit
Oh,
sometimes,
you know,
so I don't
I know, trust
I don't
me.
really know.
But yeah, like, if you going out right outside to the right clubs and everything, especially given that this album just came out, like I'm telling you, a lot of these songs I can hear outside. Like Cheetah Print, Amazing Shape, True Bestie, I can definitely hear outside tweaking. No, so my thing is this,
Mhm.
and this is like my own personal thing. I wasn't too crazy on which one when it came out, and that was basically because it felt a little. What's the
Mhm.
best way to describe? Like it felt a little minimal, but also
Mhm.
my my taste got ruined because I heard this amazing remix from a girl named Jazz T. She dropped it on TikTok and everything, but it went on. I'm not sure if I'm able to like share music or whatnot on TikTok. Oh no, on Discord. But I'm gonna give it a shot because I'm telling you, the way she remixed this song with "Temperature" by Sean Paul, I was like, this needed to be the drop. Like, let me know if you can hear it or not.
Does my hair look beautiful?
I can't hear
Do
it.
my titties look right? Think I can.
You said you can't hear it?
Nah.
Okay, okay, okay. Let me.
Can you send me the link
Oh, I got you.
and
I
I'll
got
just
you.
play it on my stream, or I can share it. I can share my screen
Okay, I got you.
and we'll
Okay.
play it like that.
I'm telling you, when I heard this one, I was like, nah, this had to be the one. But it's an alternate reality and everything. But yeah, I'm about to pull it up real quick. Like Central C is, Central C is like a
Le-
pretty good rapper on some stuff and everything. And Drake and Cinch, they go off of certain projects. This particular one, not quite so, but in the same sense, it wasn't a bad song. I think for me, the beat could have done a little bit more to give that energy. Let me see. Okay, I got you right here.
Leak said the DJ in Eagles Nest might play Shebang.
Out of all the songs that dropped, I mean, I believe it. But like Drake literally dropped a whole dance album. But yeah, okay.
How about Shebang though?
No, Shebang was tough.
Too hard for the radio? I do. No, I'm saying it's tough, but I don't think the DJ in Eagles Nest will play that though. Too hard for the radio? I feel like he might play that before he plays Shebang. And then the whole dance album. He did. You sent the link?
Oh yeah.
To the song?
Yeah, I did. Let me see if I can. Well, actually, let me do it through the Discord. One sec. Okay. Yeah, this probably was the easiest way to do it, anyways. You got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Okay, all right. Let me share my screen real quick.
But yeah, again, this is like Jazz T's remix of like which one with Sean Paul's Temperature.
Do my titties look?
You hear that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hear it.
Think I can knock a boy off right now?
All the girls that's here for the truth, come put both hands on a DJ booth, then wind your waist to the big man sound, and I get too stiff cause the thing's too round. Good God, make me lift up your gown, but your face so sweet, wanna spin you around. If I go link gang, I'll bring you around. If I go to the bar, I'll bring you around. Which one? You're not like the things you're around, you're a real good girl, so I'm bringing you down. But come to the bed, I'll fling you around. What these guys can't make songs for the girl, them trust me, this how the single should sound. Fuck anyone that's bringing you down, sweetheart, you're doing your thing right now. Good. Yeah, all the girls that's here for the shoot, come put two hands on a DJ boot, then wind your waist on a real good dude, then. You want sent to your ex, which one? You want friends of success, which one? Tell the sound man spin this one. Play this for the goddamn party done.
God forbid the girls tryna have fun. I got X if you wanna take drugs. Do you wanna have sex or do you wanna make love? Which one? Got a fairy ting and I got a which one? A G'd up ting that I bring sticks round, and I got a good girl, snitch one. Too many gal now, I got a switch one. Turn the whole town to a 20v1. 360, my head got spun. Drunk in a trunk, can't see it from front. Got your body is tea, it's pain, I'm sprung. Your backside paying you down 1 ton. I got a chopstick for your 1 ton. Tell me what you want, what you really want. Put coin in a slot, you just hit jackpot.
Hey, all the girls that's here for the truth, come put two hands on the DJ boot, then wind your waist for the 6-side Put your head in the pillow, face first. Face first.
Hey, first.
Hey, face first. Put your head in the pillow, face first. I'm in a jam with the man, them birds. You got makeup on a white shirt. I wanna fuck out your face and skirt. You need to throw that thing in a reverse. Then work. Yeah, work. Your last man broke your heart and it hurts. You could cry out your eye and curse. You want diamond watch? You want blurs, you don't need swimsuit, take off your shirt. Bend your back, girl, don't say a word. Face of an angel, come like church. I can't wait, girl, I'm not a waiter. But you're sexy, I still get served. I'm at the Carriages of London, burst. Put your head in the pillow, face first. Yeah, all the girls that's here for the truth, come put.
That's hard. That's hard.
When I heard that, I was like, wait, hold up. So like when I heard it again on the album, I was like, I literally paused which one and went to SoundCloud to play this version because this one goes off. All that being said, though, I felt like he did learn the right lessons from Nokia. People want fun Drake. People want Bop Drake. Even Kendrick Lamar said, "Keep making making me dance away from my hand. It won't be no threat." Even Kendrick Lamar, his biggest op, said, "Hey yo, make the dance tracks and there'll be no problem." So the fact that he made Nokia and he dropped Maid of Honor, I'm like, he learned the right lessons. But yeah, Like,
Mm-hmm.
but I will ask you though, what is your least favorite song off of Maid of Honor?
Hmm. Mm. Least, I'm gonna say Goose and the Juice.
Okay.
Let me hear that real quick.
Cause I mean that's the one that's like the new Jack Swing joint, I think.
Yeah, nah. I didn't really like that hurt.
I wasn't too mad at it. It's not like that's not a song from Drake that I'm gonna be spinning like I'm not going to defend it or nothing. Like it's a cool song, and I like the fact that he brought the new Jack Swing vibe back with it. But it's also like I feel like he got lost almost by the end and everything. He set up a vibe with whole faith and everything, and then he kept going and going and going, and it was go from let me see where was I from whole phase all the way down to Q&A. Oh no, Goose and the Juice. Oh no, that's not the new Jack Swing one. That Stuck is the new Jack Swing one. Goose and the Juice, that was like the pop weekend kind of era like song that he.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, everything up from whole face up to Q&A, solid. Stuck, I'm cool with. Goose and the Juice, I was kind of going like, where are we going? It felt
yeah.
felt like it's still like a sore thumb. However, and I know this was like your honorable mention, I think, or like one of your favorite songs, so this is my bad. But I did not like Princess. Like a lot of I will give it credit where credit's due. It's a very, very big swing and an experiment. And I will never dislike an artist for trying new things to expand their artistry and everything. Like, the thing is, though, I don't know what the vision was behind Princess. Drake has done rock songs before. So Far Gone, he had the whole, let's call the whole thing off. I think he's probably done other like instrumental. He's done other stuff, but if I'm being real honest, I'm just I don't want to call it bad. I'm just confused on what he was trying to do.
I hear you. I hear you.
Like I'm,
I understand what you're saying.
but again, what I can respect is that he did try to swing, and he swung big. That's what I can say.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, though, how do you rate Maid of Honor?
8. Because then again, it's not really something that I would like listen to, but for it to be like a experimental album, like I would say he experimented on honestly Nevermind, but this is kind of like a second experiment on that genre. So I feel like it's a good I feel like it's a good body of work, but I wouldn't just listen to it unless like it's something going on,
Right.
you know?
I'll
Like if it come on in the club, I dance, feel me? But I'm not in the crib just, you know?
Right, no, I get that. I think for me, I'm gonna say 8 with an asterisk. Because I feel like it accomplishes its mission. Drake accomplishes this mission on this album more consistently than he does on Iceman. But I can't with a straight face say that Maid of Honor is better than Iceman. Because it's like, again, like,
Okay.
as I said, Drake's Iceman is probably Drake's most consistent and most energized that he's been on a rap album. So for me to say Maid of Honor is better than that, it feels a little bit wrong. I enjoyed Maid of Honor more than I enjoyed Iceman, but I'm not saying that Maid of Honor is better than Iceman. It's weird. But what I will say is like, it's a good project. He learned his lesson from Nokia, and I want to hear some of these songs outside. I really want to hear True Bestie outside. I really do. Okay.
I like
So that leads to the final.
that might be a vibe at homecoming.
Oh,
is what I'm
yeah.
thinking about.
Oh yeah. No, that definitely will be.
I think you know how at different homecomings, I think about music in kind of like a cinematic kind of way, and what I mean is like
That's not shit. That's not
when I hear oh shit,
What's up?
bro, my camera do this shit all the time. But I think about music in like a cinematic type of relation type of thing, right. And what I mean by that is like when I hear music, I think about like what this kind of like correlates to basically. So like different homecomings had like different theme songs to them. Like last homecoming, it was like Take Me Through There and Somebody Loves Me.
Right. Okay.
The homecoming before, it was like, what song? Some like the homecoming before had a popular song, and it was that song, because that's kind of really all I heard. That was like the most played, not most played, but like the most popular song in that moment at that time, right. And it was played at that homecoming. That the first one, it was a Sexy Red song. I think it was Looking for the Hose. My first homecoming, it was Sexy Red. Okay. So that's what I mean when I say I look at music like that. So when I hear True Bestie, I hear like party type vibes. As far as like, I mean, and most of the album too, party vibes. But True Bestie for me, I feel like we would definitely hear that outside soon.
Yeah, like I think for me, like when I'm hearing these songs, I'm thinking about, because a lot of the time, like I've been going to DC. Basically, I hear them in like DC clubs. Basically, it's just like hearing them in like U Street, DuPont. Like I can hear them like over there. I can hear them definitely like Virginia Beach clubs and whatnot. Like I can hear some of these songs being played out there. But that leads to the last album. So, what was our take on Habibti?
So for my take on Habibti, I really liked Habibti. I liked Habibti because it was a straight R&B album, with the exception of like High Fives being that upbeat rap type of song, like melodic rap type of song. So I really thought when I heard Habibti, that was the last album that I played on stream. When I heard Habibti, I was like, I should have played that after Iceman, because I felt like it was really good. Because I think around the time I heard Habibti, it was like 2-3 o'clock in the morning, and I was tired and I was ready to go to sleep. So I kind of gave like a half-ass rating and half-ass first reaction listen to. So I felt like I should have listened to Habibti right after Iceman.
No, Honestly,
because it was that
I would have said
good.
a smart move. Like, cause like in the same sense, it's like after you hear like Habibti, given that it is very much R&B, hearing like whole face probably
Hmm.
was just like jolt to you, basically, just like listening to the rest of the album, basically.
Yeah,
Which makes sense.
but yeah, I really liked Habibti. I feel like he really gave us like a what's a R and B what's a R&B Drake song? I feel like he did like you know how there's a B side in Scorpion. I feel like that's what that was.
Right.
I feel like that's what that was.
Honestly, that's what it reminded me of
So
too, especially when I saw like that he dropped 3 albums. Like the fact that he had an album dedicated to R&B, it reminded me immediately of Scorpion, basically. To which I'm like, I think this was a smart play, and I do because at this point Drake realizes that he is like good or prominent in like 3 different bags, like pop dance music that you can hear outside, like rap music and whatnot, and then R&B. So like the fact that he was probably just it's been 2 years, but he's been like working on like solo stuff and everything outside of like some sexy songs and the plot twist. Like he's been churning on a lot of these songs. So the fact that he said, you know what, instead of like making this convoluted like 30-song album that has every single side, let me just split it up and everything. Which I got a question to ask you about that whole splitting up too, because there's a whole theory about like the reason why he did it. However, the fact that he did split it up, it felt, it allowed each project to breathe, live, and exist on its own. Like let Iceman be the
definitely.
rap album. Let Maid of Honor be the pop dance album. Let Habibti be the R&B album, and let them not like confuse each other or the message that Drake is trying to deliver with each project. So that I can appreciate that move.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I'm glad he split it up. I'm glad he split up the 3 albums because I felt like if if it was to see 43 songs on one album, it seems like damn, that's a long ass time. But to see how he split it up into 3, I'm like, okay, we getting through this.
Right.
We getting through this tonight because that's what I was saying when I streamed that night. I was like, yeah, we gonna get through this in a couple of hours. But if I saw 43 on one, I probably would have went to bed like as soon as it dropped because I was just like I think around 12 o'clock I was tired. Who's calling me, bro? Hold on real quick.
Who's calling my phone?
Say that again, Kim.
You picking up?
What bro say?
Kim said this should have hit.
Much appreciated. Much appreciated.
Something like this, bro. That nigga is not washed. Like, shit was good.
Thank you.
Streaming right now with Yomi. We doing a podcast.
Album when I was in Phoenix, and I was like, and then I kept listening to that song, bro. And I was like, nah, nigga, this shit is actually the best song on tape, nigga. This is the hit. So, nigga, he did it again, bro. He did it again. Beep, beep, baby. I got the heat seats, baby. I was like, yeah, nigga. Get this nigga 10 million on paper right now, nigga. 10 times platinum, 3 days. Oh, God. Shit.
Are you back home?
Yeah.
Oh, but I bet. I'm gonna hit you. You get on the game?
Yeah.
Alright, bet. I'll see you later. Alright. My bad, twin.
No, you straight. You good. You good. I'm trying to.
I think you met. Have you met Cam before?
I don't know. I mean, we've all gone out a few times and everything, so it is a chance, but I'm not 100%.
Okay. You'll probably meet him soon.
I believe
that's my I say that's my nephew, but that's not really my nephew. We just grew up together.
No, that's right. That's it. Like, that's right. But let's see here.
But yeah.
But yeah. Like, I definitely agree. Like, he did it. He made a good move by, like, splitting it up. So which I will do a brief little detour before I get back into Habibti. But I guess you probably already heard the rumors and everything about everybody saying Drake, dropped 3 albums in order to get out of his UMG deal. I guess what's your take on that? Do you believe it? Do you not? Like, how do you feel about it? And does that change your feelings about, like, the album with regards to, like, the quality of the songs or anything like that?
I'm more so like 2 ways on this. Now, oh shit. If it's true, good on him.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not true, I don't understand why people would like put shit on the internet that's not true. But like, in me being 2 ways, I'm kind of more leaning on the it's true. Because then again, if he's like independent right now, as people are saying that he is, it's gonna be crazy if he drop another tape. And then I also heard he's dropping a fourth album soon,
really?
Like real soon.
Huh.
So yeah. So like, for him to complete his contractual obligations and then fucking be independent, and he probably might sign too. And then I heard he might sign $1 billion deal, but we don't know if it's gonna be UMG or somebody else. Then we hearing he might drop another album. So I don't know. It's all like, I'm hearing it is all good, like especially him dealing with the label, him suing and stuff like that. Yeah. I feel like if he wanted to get out, if he wanted to get out, he would. If he didn't want to get out, then he wouldn't have did what he did. Right. So it's really all like, we just gotta wait to hear some more news, I guess. But good on him. Good on him getting out his deal, because I know he been saying he would want to get out his deal, because that was kind of one of the subject matters on Iceman.
Oh so. Yeah, like his relationship with UMG and the label and everything. I think, from my opinion, I feel like the Frank Ocean story has kind of done damage to like how people perceive.
Can you tell me?
Oh, yeah, I got you.
Can you tell me the Frank Ocean story?
So basically, Frank Ocean was on a Def Jam, and he had an Apple deal and everything, where they had exclusive rights to his brand new album, because after Channel Orange and him disappearing for 3 years or disappearing for whatnot, everybody was like, oh yeah, we can't wait for this new Frank Ocean album. When it drops, it's gonna be big. So basically, there's this whole thing where like Frank Ocean was working on 2 albums at the same time, more so. He was working on a BS album, is what people call Endless. So he was working on that. He drops it. It's an Apple exclusive. No, that's not the Apple exclusive. That was his album to get out of his deal, basically. He does a little bit of press for it. He does like he builds a staircase, drops Endless, and he's out the deal. The day afterwards, he drops Blonde. It's fully independent, exclusive with Apple and everything. And he gets like all the money that he made off of Blonde went straight to Frank. But the thing is, nobody knew about this shit at all until A$AP Rocky was over here talking to Angie Martinez about it. Basically, he broke down how like Frank Ocean quite literally had like 2 hard drives. He was walking around, just making sure that nobody else heard this music, because he was trying real quietly, real meticulously trying to get out of that deal, basically. And once he did that, Def Jam and like the music industry was pissed, because they're like, how the fuck did this nigga go ahead and outsmart all of us? So you know what? At that point, there's like no more exclusive deals for artists and everything. They're just trying to plug as many holes, because it's like they say it better happen a second time.
Okay.
So that's like the main story behind like the Frank Ocean narrative, where like he got himself out of his deal. But now it's like everybody's very
Okay.
much like, okay, that's a thing you can do. Whether that is able to be done, especially for an artist as like high level as Drake, I don't know. Mainly because it's like Drake is such a big recognizable star and everything. The lawyers probably made sure that shit was like airtight. Like, nah, you ain't getting out this deal, or like they probably figured some shit out. If it's possible, listen, I don't bad record label deals and everything. I'm not, obviously not for that and everything. But in the same sense too, it's like I don't know how true it is. It's an explanation, but I also saw people using that as an explanation to go like, "Oh yeah, he dropped 3 BS albums so he can get out his deal." To which I'm like, this was Drake's first statement after not like us, after the beef, after like, I mean, he dropped "Give Me a Hug," but other than that, it's like this is like his first big statement after 2 years. Why would he drop
Right.
bullshit albums to get out of a deal when he knows this is the first outing for him to say something about everything that's happened?
Yeah.
So I feel like all 3 of these projects were like intentionally made. Whether they would allow him to get him out of his deal, or if it's more so Drake, try not to dilute his artistry. Lord knows. I feel like it's more so an artistic choice than it is like a business choice. But again, if he was able to knock out 2 birds with 1 stone, I'm cool with it. But that being said, too, with Habibti, I'll say, like, when I first heard it, I'll admit, I kind of, it made me ask whether or not Drake was good in the R&B lane. To which I had to check myself and listen back and go like, okay, no. He has some R&B classics on Take Care. He has like Jungle off of If You're Reading This Is Too Late. He has Fire and Desire off of Views. Like, Drake has made good R&B songs. But like when I listened to this project right here, I was like, maybe there's something missing. Like my main, because the thing is, like, I had to like again like question like what was I expecting from like from R&B from Drake basically, because I'm like, is it an auto tune? And I'm like, no, like you can do like Future is good with the auto tune, Bryson Tiller is good with the auto tune. Is it like the fact that it's toxic? It's not really that toxic and everything, and if so, like Leon Thomas is really good with it, Brent Faiyaz. What I ended up like nailing down, I don't know if Drake really feels women anymore. Like maybe it's from like years. This is a hot take, definitely. Maybe it's like years of him being jaded and always dealing with the same women who are like young or opportunistic or immature or toxic or whatever. He turns 40 by the end of this year. Basically, he's been dating for God knows how long. He's probably been like had a couple engagements here and there. He's had a baby mama like situation. You have the hot sauce in the condom situation where like Shawty was trying to like get. Like, he's had a lot of shit going on in his dating life, and he's still yet to settle down, basically. So it's like, when I heard For All the Dogs, I was like, this is just a lot of him just whining about the fact, oh, these damn young girls and everything, like, you 25, using, like, immature-ass excuses, like, you fucked up my Bahamas trip, like, just going off on women and everything. So in my head, I was like,
Yeah.
it's like, maybe if I were in that mindset and just trying to like just saying fuck my ex or whatever, literally just like on like the last song, maybe I'd be in that mindset. But it just seems like he's just bitter, jaded, cynical. He's just not like he's just not as hopeful as he was. So when I hear songs on this project, it's like it's the aesthetics of a Drake R&B classic are here. What's missing is the soul, which makes me realize maybe he's already established for himself that maybe he might not settle down. But then in the same sense, you hear a song like "Slap the City" where he's talking about, there's got to be someone out there for me. Is there anybody out there for me? Basically, just it's clear he's still looking. He has a lost hope on trying to find a girl, but it's also, in the same sense, it feels like there's a lot of stuff with Drake himself that he's got to work through himself to, I guess, make that possible, basically. But he may just be too tired, too jaded to care, which is why, for me, some of these songs feel kind of empty.
Okay, I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying now. At first I didn't, but now I do. I do now. So, to add on to that, to add on to what you were saying, I think it's coming from a sense of like when you're like who you are, like you're Drake. I feel like you've done a lot, seen a lot, know a lot, so it's kind of just like fuck this shit, to be honest. But then again, when you on Slap the City where he was like, yeah, I think there's somebody for me, is there somebody for me, he might still be looking, but then again he might be like, he might have some moves where he's like, yeah, maybe I should start looking, maybe I should keep looking, and then some moves where it's just like, yeah, fuck this shit, I'm not doing it, I'm not about to get in a relationship for nothing, I'm not about to settle down.
Right. And it's like, at this point, I'm not on his like Raya page. I'm not like, I don't know what his preferences are. I can assume what his preferences are. I don't know what he's looking for in a partner to settle down. Like, I can assume someone who's like, who will ride for him, someone who's like, loyal but still freaky. Like, I can assume a lot about what the hell he wants in his partner when he settles down and everything. But in the same sense, it's like, it's clear that whatever he's looking for, he still hasn't found it yet. And what he's been left with are just a bunch of like traumatizing is a lot to say, because I wouldn't say like these women are full on traumatizing him, but he's just going through the motions, maybe romantically. So, best songs.
I'm gonna go for WNBA, High Fives, I'm Spent, Classic. Damn, I'm not gonna lie. Before I say my fifth, Classic, Gen 5, White Bone, and Fort Worth is like a great great placing, great everything. I'm not gonna lie. But I said WNBA, High Fives, I'm Spent, Classic. I'm gonna go Fort Worth. I'm gonna go Fort Worth for 5.
Okay, I got you. Okay, so for me, my 5, WNBA, Slap the City, I'm Spent, Classic, Fort Worth. I don't know if that's exactly what you did and everything. I think maybe we switched like High Fives and Slap the City, but yeah, but everything else though, like, yeah, WNBA, Slap the City, I'm Spent, Classic, and Fort Worth. And for me, the two songs that like were closest to like R&B classics or R&B Drake classics were Classic, namely, and Fort Worth. But in the same sense, I feel like both were held back by a couple things. But other than that, though, like, I enjoyed listening to Classic. That was nice. But Fort Worth, the writing reminded me of Marvin's Room. It reminded me of doing the right thing. Like, it's just like the loneliness that Drake is conveying on Fort Worth, and like the low human toxic nature of the chorus. Like, I was very much like, there's whatever, like, that's what I need. Like, at the very end of the day, I just need to feel what my man's is feeling, basically. I need to go, oh yeah, I'm right there with you, gang. Like, I can tell that he just truly felt lonely, just riding on a tour bus and everything.
Yeah.
Think about the girl. Talk about don't let your friends tell you that that what we had wasn't nothing, because like it meant something to me. It meant everything to me. Like I was like, okay,
Right.
I feel that. Even with Drake and Lil Shimmy's "I'm Spent," where he's like, I can understand where Drake is very much like, I'm a very I'm Drake. I want to know is like, if I have no money, if everything was stripped away from me, would you still be here with me?
Would you still fuck? Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah. I feel like class.
You
Oh,
go,
my bad.
you go ahead. I was about to talk about classes. So you good? Go ahead. I'll just piggyback.
I feel like classic should have been longer. Way longer. I feel like every time I listen to classy, I skip the intro, play when the first beat, like when the, and then I let the song play, restart that shit. Let the song play, restart that shit. I gotta listen to it at least 3 times because it's so short. And then I do like the sample. I will say that I do like the sample on there. I don't know what sample it is, but I do like that sample. But I feel like it should have been longer. We should have had a second verse. We should have had a bridge. We should have had him singing in a higher octave. I feel like all of those that would have been really good. But it's still a good song. Still a good song. But I feel like it should have been longer. That's just
I wholeheartedly agree, and I think
because
I feel like there should have been more Drake on this one too. Like I feel like it was like at first it's a verse, then it's a chorus, and then it's just this long ass outro basically. Which again, I'm not mad at it, but it's like for a song like this, it was so good. It had so much promise. Like I would have wanted more of Drake's presence on this song for me to go like, oh yeah, like this is a Drake song, like, cause it has it's called classic. It has the makings of a classic.
Exactly.
I just wanted more.
You should have just made that shit longer.
Yeah. Add another verse or something.
Exactly. But yeah.
Let's see here. Do you have any honorable mentions?
Gen 5. Gen 5, White Bone. Surprisingly, the Sexy Red feature is growing on me a little bit.
Really?
I've never heard Sexy Red do an R&B type of song, so hearing her in that type of light really was just like, okay, she could get into different bags, and this shit kind of hard. So I just like Sexy Red's like artistry. I feel like Sexy Red is gonna be like icky tier with the right work and the right like, cause she already doing the right thing. She being herself. She doing all these songs. She rapping good. She doing all that. She doing a lot of good shit. But like, if she keep doing that, she gonna be like Nicki. I feel like that's like a top contender. And Trim too.
Oh, Trim is doing her thing though. Trim is definitely doing her thing. And I hear what you're saying too about Sexy Red too, because I'm like, while what I can say is that she is definitely very much a singular artist, I don't know what she will need to like stand the test of time or like reach a Nicki status like you said and whatnot. But what I do know is that like for typical people who would be in her lane, she could have disappeared 2 years ago. It's so easy to like have like grab the bull by the horns and like try and like stay on, but also like kind of lose it or whatnot. But what Sexy Red brings is like a weird like je ne sais quoi, where it's like no matter what, it's like she is raw, she's raunchy, she raps how she raps and everything, and she's fun. So it's like seeing her experiment on like certain things. Like you heard her when she did the what was that one song that she did with Drake on her own album, the one that had the BBO Drizzy sample.
Oh, you my everything?
Yeah, you my everything. Like, she is very clearly like, trying out different things and whatnot, and it's brave of her for to. But I think with this one, she actually sounded a little natural over here. I won't say like it was amazing, but also you can tell she's getting better and more comfortable.
Yeah, it do sound like she's been here before. So that's kind of why I was like, yeah, this kind of slapped.
Let's see here. My honorable mention over here. I think I want to go Gen 5. Yeah, I want to say Gen 5 basically. Cuz like
Okay.
I like the way Drake writes on this song right here. Like I like how like each line kind of builds, builds on the next one to like build the story and everything. Like how many nights can we get dressed up, back and forth over some Italian wine? By the time I give you your Christmas gift, baby girl, I swear it might be Valentine's. Is a crazy storytelling line. It tells you so much in so little, and this line right here is kind of crazy where he's talking about like, I know that I'm treating you better than him because you don't come home with no black and eye. That's a very low bar cleared. You're saying, oh yeah, we argue and everything, but at the very least, babe, I don't beat you up, I don't abuse you. Like, Drake had
Right.
it's a very crazy line, but I'm also like, it's emblematic of like, just the whole Iceman era. Basically, he will have a good line, he has a weird line, cause that. I'm sorry, I'm going backwards a little bit. That Jewish roots Nazi and see me line was another interesting one, but I definitely digress. But all in all, though, like Gen 5 though has some really good writing on here though, so I appreciate it. Okay.
Say that one more time. I'm sorry.
Now you straight. So I like the writing on Gen 5 and everything. He's doing a lot of good like storytelling on this. Like he has a couple like lines here and there that are like, but when the lines are good, when the writing is good, it's good.
Yes. Definitely.
Okay, do you have a least favorite song over here?
Least? I don't know. Cause this was also good. Like this was good. Like this album was good. I don't know if I have any. I say the intro.
Yeah,
Cause I don't listen to the intro.
I think we can agree on that. Like when I first heard it, because I think at one point when I tried listening to it at midnight and everything, I started Habibti I think I switched albums at one point during that night and everything. I heard the first three of Iceman, and I was like, you know what? I don't think I'm gonna listen to everything tonight. Let me at least see what this other one sounded like. I couldn't believe my ears when I heard Rusty intro. Like, here's the thing. It seems like recently a lot of like rappers have been going to like the acoustic route and everything. Jack Harlow dropped his R&B album and everything, which hot take, really hot take, might get crucified for this, whatever. I liked the Jack Harlow album. Interview was crazy. I liked the album. But J. Cole also was singing on his album too, on like the intro of like this 39 and then like the last song. Like there's a lot of people who are doing it, so I don't have a full on problem. Even if you don't sing well, if there's some sort of like semblance of melody or direction, I can fuck with it. But with Rusty intro, he could have found another intro. I'm not gonna lie. He could have found another intro. Like Peak, if I'm not no, not Peak. What's the one that introed fuck, what is it called? What was the first song off of part 2 of Scorpion? The one before Summer Game.
I think it was Peak.
Okay.
I think it was Peak, but I'm about to go look. Yeah, it was peak.
Okay, I thought so. I thought so.
Peak was good though. I like peak.
Oh no, peak. No, peak was good. I'm trying to figure like ways to like introduce like an R&B section, basically. Like, there's ways to do it. Like, I don't know. You have like Care Package 2 where he started that album with like Dreams, Dreams Worth More Than Money, I think, something like that. Like, that's not a bad intro. Cause I know this was R&B, R&B side, but I don't know. He could have done anything else except for this. But other than that, though, like, as soon as we get into WNBA, it's like, okay, we're back. Okay, we're cool. So, but yeah, that was definitely like my least favorite off the project. So, what are our last thoughts on Habibti and I guess our rating?
My last thoughts. Great album. Great piece of work. I like R&B, so I feel like this will be a one, like if I'm in the crib just cleaning, or if I got somebody in the crib, or if I'm in a car late night driving. Yeah, I like this for what it is, but I really feel like Classic should have been longer.
Okay.
That's my take on that.
Okay.
That's why, because Classic was so good, and then Classic was so good. I did a TikTok to that. I did a TikTok of the Classic, and yeah, but I just feel like that should have been longer. But out of the whole album in itself, I like the album. That was good. That one is second to me.
Really? Okay. Let's see here. For me,
Yeah.
I will admit, I wasn't fully blown away by Habibti. It had a lot of promise, and there are some songs in there that I will revisit definitely. Like Sloppy City was good, Fort Worth was good, and as I said, Classic is classic. But in the same sense, I think I've heard better R&B Drake classics and everything. And it's like, for me, it's not the fact that it's like, whether it's toxic or like sweet or whatnot or sexual. Like, I don't have an issue with those elements of it. I guess for me, I want more feeling out of it. Basically, like, you feel Marvin's Room when you hear that. You feel Too Much when you hear that. You feel Jungle. You hear, like, you go to R&B Drake for a certain feeling, basically. And it's like, the closest I felt to a feeling was Fort Worth. However, he does have some good songs on here that I probably will revisit. But out of the 3 projects, this probably was my least favorite. But I'll probably give it like a 5 or a 6. So I guess to summarize it then, given that we're over here now. My favorite out of the 3 was Maid of Honor. I gave that one like a 8 out of 10 for what it was. Next is Iceman, 7 out of 10. Which, again, good project for what I was trying to do. It still left a little bit to the imagination, but at the end of the day, still, out of everything he's dropped, that's like best project. And then Habibti with a 5 or 6. How about yourself, though?
Iceman at the top, because I think I rated a 9.2. Habibti is like right under with a. I give it a 8.9, and then Maid of Honor, I give it like a solid just regular 8.
Okay. Okay. I respect it. So I guess, do we have any more thoughts on the 3 albums? Like anything that you feel like, we skipped over? Anything that we probably gotta address? Like any questions? Like, do you have any like anything that you feel like I missed out?
Nah, you got everything. To be honest, I think. Hold on. We talked about Iceman. We talked about everything on Iceman. We talked about everything on Maid of Honor. We talked about everything on Habibti. I asked you about the LeBron shit. I asked you about Rocky shit. We covered everything.
Oh, not bad. So I guess a good question to ask right now would be, I guess, like, what do we think is next for Drake at this point? Like, at this point, he's made a statement. He's made it clear, how he feels about a lot of things, whether it's like how he stands with Kendrick, J. Cole, with a lot of his collaborators. He's dropped the R&B project. He's been, I guess, showing off out of all of the new collaborators that he's like showing off, like, Molly Santana, or like who else did he show off? Because he had a lot of new people on
Quentin.
Yeah, on
Quindressa.
Yeah, Quindressa. That's another one. Dang, let me get here. But like, the one that he seems to be parading around a little bit is Stunna Sandy. Like, she was on Outside Tweaking, but in addition to that, she was also like the cover of Habibti. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know when or where we're gonna see her again. But in the same sense, I guess, like, what do we think is next for Drake at this point after dropping these 3 projects?
What's next? I feel like now that he got everything out the way, like said everything, he did the three different side albums. I feel like now it'll probably be like a move on type of arc. Like, we on some new shit now. Like, we not talking about what happened back then, because I already talked about the whole thing and talked about everything. Now we just about to move on, and we about to, like, back to regularly scheduled programming, basically.
And that was the interview. I greatly appreciate Famous Quince for taking the time to sit down with me and for the enlightening conversation. You can see his stuff on his socials at Famous Quince, but the O is a 0. And again, that is FAM0USQUINCE. And I greatly appreciate all of your support in making all of this possible. Here's some more breakdowns and analyses, and as always, thank you for listening.